Good day, class. Now let's learn about the measures of central tendency and dispersion. But before that, what do you think is the relevance of studying this for us as teachers or future teachers? What do you think is the importance? Well, class, this central tendency and dispersion are the statistical tool that it can help us teachers to understand the performance and the needs of our students. By using this, we can also identify what are the learning gaps and what are the strategies, the teaching strategies that we have to adopt that can really help the students to be effective enough on their learning. So now let's have the learning objectives. First is you have to explain the meaning and function of the measures of central tendency and measures of dispersion or variability. You have to distinguish among the measures of central tendency and also the measures of variability. And lastly, explain the meaning of normal and skewed score distribution. But first, we have to identify what is really the measure of central tendency. So this is a single value that attempts to describe a set of data or the like scores by identifying the central position within a set of data or scores. So it can be the measures of central location. So some people or some person, some individual uh, know this as measures of central location. If we say central location or central tendency, it refers to the center of distribution of observations. For example, meron kang mga scores in a test of 100 items. Uh, Makapatanong ka, di ba? That where are the most of the scores? Saan ba may pinakamatataas na score? Alin sa mga estudyante ko nakakuha ng ganitong score? Yan. So, class, we have three measures of central tendency that we can use. Lahat ng ito ay essential, but remember na meron silang iba't ibang purpose sa kung paano dapat natin sila gamitin. So, it's essential for us to know ano ba ang tamang paggamit ng three measures of central tendency. Diba? In different situations, we can use different central tendency. Ayan. So, those are the mean, median, and the mode. So this, however, the dispersion naman or the variability, those are what we call the range, the interquartile range, the variance, and the standard deviation. But now let's have the central tendency muna. And first is the mean, or what we can call the arithmetic. So this is the most popular and the well-known measure of central tendency. Madali lang to, class. Solve. So, for example, we have the following data. What we're going to do is we have to add it all or sum it up. And we have to divide those numbers by the number of the values in the data set. For example, we have 10 students in a graduate school class got the following scores in a 100-item test. For example, sila nakakuha ng 70, 72, 75, 77, 78, 80, 84, 87, 90, and 92 na scores. What we're going to do is we just add all those scores and then we divide that by how many students we have. So we have 10, di ba? We have 10, so we have to divide 805 divided by 10, and the answer will be 80.5. That is the mean score. That is the mean score of the students. Since we have 80.5 as our average score, therefore we can say that there are 6 scores below the average, and those are 70, 72, 75, 77, 78, and 80. However, there are 4 scores naman that is above the average score or the mean. So we have 84, 87, 90, and 92. But there are some situations, class, na hindi natin pwedeng gamitin si mean or si arithmetic mean. Kasi meron siyang disadvantage. Ang possible dyan, it is susceptible to the influence of outliers. Kapag extreme yung mga grades natin, scores natin, sobrang taas o sobrang baba ng scores natin, pwedeng maapektuhan ang grades ni bata or students. So these are the values that are unusual compared to the rest of the data set by being small or large in numerical value. Kaya dapat maging panuri tayo kung ano ba yung dapat natin gamitin on calculating the grades of our student or average or the score of our students. So kapag ganito, sobrang lalayo o sobrang mababa sa scores ni students, then we cannot guarantee you to use the mean. For example, here we have the scores of 10 grade 12 students in a 100 items statistics. Si student 1, nakascore siya ng 5. Si student 2 naman, nakakuha siya ng 38. And the rest of the students is 60, 67, up to 95. When we use the mean, we add all the scores. We got the average score of 62.1. Ayan. So, we can say na ang baba ng scores ng bata. Ang baba ng average score nila. 'Di ba? So, kapag ganito, class, yung naging answer natin, 62.1, ang ating magiging distribution or scores natin or mean natin is skewed by extremely low and extremely high score. Kaya nga, in this situation, we would like to have a better measure of central tendency. So, hindi para sa atin si mean. Hanap tayo ng ibang measures of central tendency na pwede na accurate para sa ganitong situation. Then we have the median. Okay. So the median is the middle score for a set of scores arranged from lowest to highest, and it is less affected by extremely low and extremely high scores. Yan. So since hindi siya naapektuhan ng mababa or mataas na score, so we can use median. Suppose we have the scores, again, 65, 55, 89, 56, and up to 92. First thing to do, class, is we have to rearrange the scores from smallest to largest. Tingnan lang natin, bilangin lang natin si middle score. Kapag si middle score, nabilang na natin, nakuha na natin, then we cut the median. And that is only for odd numbers. What if ang number natin is even numbers? Halimbawa, sa isang klase, meron kayong 34 or 38 students. Diba? Even numbers yon. Kasi madali lang mag-compute kapag odd numbers like 35, 33, mga ganyan. Ayan. So, how about kapag even numbers yung meron tayo? So, we simply, again, arrange the numbers from smallest to largest. And then, the two middle score, ang gagawin natin dyan is i-add natin, and then we divide that by 2. Ayan. So, arrange lang natin, divide those numbers by 2. And then, for example, sa ating given na data, from 65 to 45. And then, arrange natin siya na 14, 35, 45, 55, hanggang kay 89, ang kanilang middle score is 55 and 56, we add those numbers by and then we divide it by 2. Kasi dalawa silang score. So we have 55.5. So meaning, ang median ng scores na yan is 55.5. When we have a display of the normal curve naman, pagdating kay median, exactly the midpoint of the data distribution is located in the exact center of the graph. Ang highest point on that curve is the median. So, hindi naapektuhan si median by any negative and positive skewness. Now that we have the mean and the median, let's discuss the mode.